By title only, please.
Ordinance 4833, amend Community Relations Article of the Goshen City Code.
I move the passage of ordinance 4833 in the first reading.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Jim, were you going to?
I move to table ordinance 4833 indefinitely.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to table. Motion to table is not debatable. All in favor of tabling say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the ordinance is tabled. You can go to the first resolution. We're going to go into a public input session. I call it a town meeting. I've explained who gets to speak. And I want to recognize at the beginning that, well, one of the things that I want to apologize to the council on is how many emails I subjected them to. I personally answered over 300 emails, and I didn't have time to answer emails for the last couple of days. So starting about Sunday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, whoever emailed me after that, I didn't get to you. And if you're in the audience, I apologize for that. But that was over 300, and I probably didn't get as many as the council members did. And the 300 emails that I answered does not include the phone calls that came into the office that my assistant Joe Long took and logged those calls, and I thank her for doing it. In the course of that, you know, it was very evident that there are real fears and concerns on both sides. We have a pretty big divide in the community right now over this issue. It's emotional on both sides. And some of us think that the issue of restrooms is not a real concern, and others think it very much is a real concern. And we have to recognize in this community that there is room at the table for all kinds of opinions. It's called graceful listening, okay? We can disagree. I think we need to respectfully disagree. There are real concerns about what this effect is going to have on religious organizations, whether this is a slippery slope to something else, whether this affects the individual business person or not. The association of business is 5 or more than 5 employees, so the individual photographer doesn't fall into that. So there was not real clear information out there about what this ordinance amendment does do and what it doesn't do. And for that, I will also apologize that we did not have enough community input, enough community conversation to answer some of those concerns ahead of time. So, recognizing that there are significant differences is the reason that the council never could come to consensus on the ordinance amendment. So we're at the point where we have to accept reality that the protections through the ordinance are not going to happen this year. Whether or not we can find some other option is something to be discussed. I don't know what that is yet.